Do you remember when cars had features that were both innovative and peculiar? Over the years, automobiles have evolved, leaving behind some truly unique and quirky features that defined their era. From ornate hood ornaments that were more than just decorations to retractable headlights that seemed straight out of a science fiction movie. Number 7. Subaru 360's fiberglass body. The Subaru 360, produced from 1958 to 1971, was Japan's first mass-produced automobile. Its compact size, lightweight build, and 356 cubic inches air-cooled two-stroke engine made it a popular choice for city driving.
What else can you say about a car that cost $12.97 port of entry?
One of its most unique features was the fiberglass roof panel. Introduced in '58, the fiberglass roof was an innovative attempt to keep the car lightweight and economical. The monocoque construction used a lightweight fiberglass roof panel, helping to offset the car's small engine size.
The little Subaru goes anywhere and parks anywhere.
The idea came from engineers at the former Nakayama Aircraft Company, which later became Fuji Heavy Industries. Public reaction to the fiberglass roof was mixed. Some people appreciated the car's affordability and fuel efficiency, but others had safety concerns. Fiberglass was not as durable as traditional steel, and there were worries about its ability to withstand impacts. Additionally, the roof material did not provide much insulation, making the cabin noisy and prone to temperature extremes. Despite these concerns, the Subaru 360's fiberglass roof remained a distinctive feature throughout its production. The nickname Ladybug reflected its small, round appearance. In the U.S., where Malcolm Bricklin imported around 10,000 units, the car was humorously advertised as cheap and ugly due to its unconventional design.
The little Subaru is cheap and ugly, but it goes anywhere the big car.
While the fiberglass roof itself was not inherently dangerous, its lack of durability and potential safety risk in collisions led to negative perceptions. Over time, Subaru addressed these issues by improving safety features and materials in subsequent models. The Subaru 360 continued production until 1971, but the fiberglass roof was eventually phased out. Number 6. Unsafe fuel tanks. The Ford Pinto, which came out in 1971, became famous for all the wrong reasons due to its unsafe fuel tank design. This small car, made by Ford Motor Company, was meant to be cheap and good on gas. However, it had a major flaw that put passengers in danger. The fuel tank was placed behind the rear axle without enough protection. This made it very easy for the tank to get punctured in rear-end crashes, causing fuel leaks and fires. The public reacted strongly to these dangers, and the Pinto quickly gained a reputation for being unsafe. Sadly, many people were injured or killed because of fuel tank ruptures and the resulting fires. Part of the problem was Ford's effort to cut costs, which led to poor quality control. The company knew about the risks but decided to prioritize profits over safety. By 1978, the situation had become so serious that Ford had to recall 1.5 million Pintos and 30,000 Mercury Bobcats to fix the fuel tank issues. The scandal showed just how important it is to have strict safety measures and consider ethics when designing vehicles. The lessons learned from the Pinto case had a big impact on the car industry and government rules, making it clear that the safety and well-being of consumers should come before profits. Number 5. Neck seat belts. Over the years, car manufacturers have tried various seatbelt designs to enhance passenger safety. One interesting but ultimately unsuccessful idea was the neck seat belt. The concept of these belts dates back to the 19th century, driven by concerns about passenger safety during transport. Sir George Cayley, an English engineer known for his work in aerodynamics and aviation, envisioned a safety harness to secure passengers. While Cayley's initial design was intended for aircraft, it laid the groundwork for what will become the modern seatbelt. In 1885, Edward J. Claghorn obtained the first seatbelt patent in the U.S. His safety belt aimed to protect tourists in horse-drawn cabs navigating through the rough streets of New York City. This basic harness, consisting of straps, hooks, and buckles, ensured passenger safety during bumpy rides. Fast forward to the mid-20th century. Swedish engineer Nils Bohlin revolutionized seatbelts by inventing the three-point seatbelt in 1958. Before this, cars featured two-point lap belts that secured across the body. Bohlin's design added a shoulder strap, significantly enhancing safety. However, during this period, some manufacturers experimented with neck seatbelts, which directly restrained the head to prevent whiplash. Unfortunately, these belts pose serious risks. In accidents, the neck seatbelts could strain or injure the neck, leading to their eventual abandonment. As awareness grew about the dangers of neck seatbelts, car companies phased them out. By the 1960s, the three-point seatbelt became the standard, offering better protection without neck-related risks. Number 4. Non-collapsible steering columns. In the early days of automobiles, safety features were often overlooked. One particularly dangerous relic from this time was the non-collapsible steering column. Before the late 60s, most cars had steering columns made of solid metal. These columns connected the steering wheel to the gearbox and other components but lacked any form of collapsibility. In a collision, the force could propel the steering column forward, turning it into a lethal spear. Drivers faced the grim prospect of being impaled by their own steering wheel during an accident. In a crash, the rigid column would thrust toward the driver's chest or abdomen, causing devastating injuries. Broken ribs, punctured organs, and fatalities were all too common. The public gradually became aware of this hazard, leading to growing concern and demands for safer designs. As awareness spread, automakers faced pressure to address this life-threatening flaw. In the late 60s, engineers introduced collapsible steering columns. These new designs incorporated telescopic mechanisms or energy-absorbing materials. When a collision occurred, the column would collapse, reducing the risk of impalement. Companies like Ford, General Motors, and Chrysler led the charge in adopting these safer designs. By the 1970s, collapsible steering columns became standard across the industry. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration mandated their use, emphasizing occupant safety. This change was a significant leap forward, sparing countless lives from gruesome injuries. Number 3. Jaguar XK8's self-destructing tensioners. The Jaguar XK8, which debuted in the late 1990s, was a notable luxury car. However, it had a major issue hidden under its stylish exterior: plastic timing chain tensioners. These tensioners were vital for keeping the timing chain at the right tension and ensuring the engine's timing was precise. The problem was that the plastic used for these tensioners would become brittle over time. As a result, they often failed, causing the timing chain to slacken and leading to severe engine damage. Owners of early XK8 models frequently reported hearing a disturbing clack-clack-clack noise during cold starts. The noise came from the tensioners trying to function despite cracks in their plastic bodies. The cracks caused oil to leak, preventing the piston from achieving full tension. This compromised the engine's performance and longevity. When the tensioners failed, the timing chain could become misaligned, leading to collisions between the valves and pistons, bent valves, and even complete engine seizure. Fixing this issue was extremely costly, requiring the engine to be disassembled to replace the faulty tensioners. These reliability problems upset Jaguar owners and damaged the brand's reputation. Fortunately, Jaguar took steps to resolve this issue. Around 2001, they introduced more durable Morse chain sets for the tensioners. These third-generation tensioners were much more reliable. Regular oil changes are still essential to avoid further problems with the tensioners. Number 2. Metal dashboards. Metal dashboards were once ubiquitous in early automotive design. Constructed from materials like steel or aluminum, these rigid panels served as the primary interface between the driver and the vehicle. Emerging alongside the earliest automobiles, metal dashboards initially functioned as protective barriers, housing essential controls such as steering mechanisms, speedometers, and oil pressure gauges. However, they lacked any form of padding or cushioning, leaving occupants vulnerable in the event of a collision. The inherent danger of metal dashboards lay in their unyielding nature. During crashes, these solid surfaces pose significant risks, effectively becoming potential hazards themselves. The impact of a collision could propel drivers or passengers directly into these hard surfaces, resulting in broken bones, head injuries, and internal trauma. Without any padding to absorb the shock, the severity of injuries was often exacerbated. As awareness of automotive safety grew, automakers began to prioritize occupant protection. By the mid-20th century, padded dashboards were introduced as a significant improvement. These new designs incorporated materials such as foam or vinyl, offering a softer and energy-absorbing surface. Although the transition from metal to padded dashboards was gradual, it represented a crucial step forward in enhancing vehicle safety. By the 1970s, regulatory changes and increased consumer demand accelerated the phase-out of metal dashboards. Padded designs became standard across the automotive industry, significantly reducing the risk of injuries during accidents. And number 1, pop-out windshields. Pop-out windshields were once a significant innovation in automotive safety, albeit with both intended benefits and unforeseen drawbacks. In the early days of cars, windshields differed greatly from today's laminated safety glass. Originally, they were optional features, primarily serving to shield passengers from dust and debris rather than to protect them in case of accidents. Early windshields were crafted from plate glass, similar to house windows, and were horizontally divided. It wasn't until around 1915 that Oldsmobile pioneered the shift by making windshields standard equipment in their vehicles. This marked a pivotal moment in automotive safety as more manufacturers began to adopt windshields as essential components. The concept of pop-out windshields emerged much later, notably with the Tucker automobile in the late 40s. These windshields were designed to eject outward as a single unit during collisions, aimed to prevent dangerous shattering that could harm occupants. However, this innovative safety feature inadvertently introduced a new risk. Passengers could be forcefully expelled through the windshield upon impact, especially if they were not secured by seatbelts. As safety concerns and awareness evolved, the automotive industry gradually moved away from pop-out windshields. By the 50s, curved panoramic windshields gained popularity for their enhanced visibility and reduced risk of ejection during accidents. This shift reflected a broader commitment to improving both the safety and comfort of vehicle occupants, marking a significant evolution in automotive design and safety standards. Exploring these 13 unusual old car features has been a journey through automotive history, highlighting innovations that once defined the industry. Which of these features surprised you the most, and what other vintage car mysteries would you like us to uncover next? Like, share, and subscribe for more intriguing automotive insights.